गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्नाम् अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं. We saw in this section 2 of the chapter 8 that we must cultivate devotion, and there it was told bhakti shastrani mananiyani tad udbodhaka karmani karaniyani, and in short that our actions must reflect the thoughts that we have in our mind. Our achar, our conduct in the outside world must reflect the vichar, the convictions that we have cultivated within. And when there is a divorce of these two, that's the breakup of personality. And the way to be truthful to yourself is that we must live our convictions. Otherwise, when we believe in something and act another way, it dissipates our personality. And now, in the Sutra 77, he says, Sukha dukkhe chala bhadityeke yakte Sukha dukkhe chala bhadityakte Kale pratikshmane kshanardhamapi vyartham na neyam Sukha dukkhe chala bhadityakte kale pratikshmane kshanardhamapi vyartham na neyam. Waiting for a propitious time when pleasure, pain, desire, profit, etc. are not troubling you, even half a second should not be wasted. This point was brought by Naradji before. Again he is telling us, bringing to us the urgency. If you want salvation, if you want tranquility, if you want peace in your heart, you want to be free of all miseries and bondages, then do not wait for an auspicious time. Do not wait for, from the next full moon day I will start meditation. Why? Full moon day is conducive for meditation. So you wait, 15 days gone. And then when the full moon days, invariably you will find yourself busy with something else. And then you will wait for next full moon day. Another 15 days gone. Many people, we have also been culprits of that. From tomorrow morning I'll start meditation. That morning has not come yet. Isn't it? So many of us in earlier days, it has happened till we broke that cycle. So don't wait for the time. Whatever needs to be done, do it now, finish it off. That the feeling was, I remember before going, I wanted to have a good bank balance before I went to the ashram. Suddenly this thought came, I don't know from where. So I started betting. This is just before going to ashram. Why? I must do something. So I started buying, never I bought lottery tickets. I started buying lottery tickets. I started putting little bit money, just $10, $50 on horses. Why? What? Maybe if the Lord wants me to come to ashram, He will take care. Yoga Kshema Mahamyam. And first time I did make some money. But then after that it was only downward journey. By God's grace, suddenly it clicked. There is no end of all this. I am getting caught up in something that is not in my jurisdiction. It is in His jurisdiction. And if I have to live, then in meditation also only horses coming. Not Lord. And I am thinking, sitting there, and I am waiting for the numbers to appear for the So I'm not trying to hide, but this is what I went through. That once that is done, then it will be a very nice, then everything will be taken care of. Otherwise, after ashram, again, if I don't take sannyas, I don't know if I'll take sannyas or I don't take sannyas. If I don't take sannyas, then again I have to start working, again I have to, oh my God. These type of fears, when they will enter into your mind, you don't know. So it's best that we, without waiting even for a second, for an appropriate time, appropriate place, the best time is right here and now. The Narad Muniji is urging us that make a determination and be diligent about all the sadhana that you are doing, and the only thing we can do in our sadhana is, yes, you can study scriptures, go to satsangs, do this, do that, but if the fire in your heart is not blazing away and taking you towards the Lord, then all the sadhana that you are doing is of no meaning. That fire must burn, the pining must come, the longing must happen, the pain that why am I still involved in the world, if these conclusions are not coming, and as a result even more dedicated remembrance of the Lord. This is what a sadhak can do, that's all. And for that there is no right moment or wrong moment, no auspicious moment. Yes, no doubt that whatever sadhana you do, and then you stop doing your sadhana, and when you begin again in this life or next life, from wherever you stopped, it will again come. Why, I was telling you, why didn't I join any ashram when I was young? It must have been there in me. Why only at 32, 33? I was waiting for Jesus to be crucified. I was waiting for Vivekananda to take samadhi. Same age they took. So that a new one can come through. This is how I satisfy myself. Why I wasted those years. Shankaracharya also, yes, 32. So those are my arguments for my mind, that you are waiting, two great people can't be in the same place. So, no, there is no right or wrong. There is no that after you have made this bank balance, after you retire, you will start your spiritual journey. There is all that is just a way of sabotage by our mind. Just a way of sabotage.
But also it could be a prarabdha that
No, prarabdha is only for
you are supposed to or meant to be doing at that time only.
prarabdha is only for the body. Mind has a choice. Mind has a choice. Prarabdha is, you may not think, there is no question of argument here. Prarabdha is only about what life brings to you, not how you respond to it.
But we say that sometimes things like it should happen, not that.
There is nothing should happen.
There's only that we say that like after practicing and everything is up to him, that we can't.
It's up to the Lord. So where's prarabdha in between? Prarabdha is only for one purpose. It's a theory. And it is brought into our scriptures so that we live a correct life. If you don't, as you sow, so you reap. If you don't, so when unfavorable circumstances come in your life, that time, why am I going through this suffering? When good circumstancing, favorable circumstances are there, that time you don't say it's prarabdha. That time you say, I did it. I became successful. I had the ambition. I did the sadhana. I sat for 2 hours in meditation. That time you say, prarabdha made me sit for 2 hours. But if you sit for only 1 minute and get up, why? It's prarabdha. I was not supposed to. Isn't it true? That time I. So, if you give good things also to prarabdha, then it is okay.
At that time it is not prarabdha, it is Lord's wish.
Both are Lord's wish.
Yes.
You can't say only good is Lord's wish and bad is not Lord's wish. So whatever life is presenting you at any given moment, which you experience as joys and sorrows, is prarabdha. But at any, that is, so, but your interaction towards what is coming, their choice is there. Either you feel the joy and sorrow, or you surrender that, you look at that joy and sorrow as the Lord's wish. This choice, this is the only choice we have. And the moment you take it to be as the Lord's wish, your attention is going to the Lord, not on what the world is presenting you with. What your mind is reacting to as joys and sorrows, feeling that joy and sorrow. So what is the purpose of all this? So that our attention goes to that infinite principle, rather than remain in the world, continuously oscillating between the joys and sorrows, good and bad, hunger and thirst. Everything is done for joy and sorrow only. But what is that ultimate transcendental joy that we want to experience? For that we have to begin. And that beginning is has got no right time and right place and right circumstances and right age of retirement, the right desires. If we keep waiting, it is the Lord's wish. When He puts the desire in me that I should take the name of His, then I will start. It will not happen. Because that thought is only coming as a sabotage in your mind so that you don't continue the journey. Think. If that thought is coming continuously in your mind, then your attention is automatically on the Lord. But if it is only coming, you just decide, it's nice, so beautiful sunshine outside, let me go and sit in the sun for enjoying the sunshine. Yeah, that is a nice place. I'll put some rocking chair there or a beach chair and I'll lie down and I'll do japa. And then you say, well, do my japa. I think it's my desire. The Lord did not put that desire. I am thinking like this. See how, again, if I am thinking that I should go, then how do you know that it was by the Lord or by you? ego maintains itself only through these tricks. Only through these tricks. Anytime you want to do something good, it wants to cancel it. Anytime you want to do bad, it will want to cancel that also by making you feel guilty that you did something wrong. Because as long as it's keeping your mind oscillating, ego is maintained. The moment mind stops and doesn't oscillate because of whatever life is presenting it, ego has got no place to go. It cannot survive. So when we surrender everything to the Lord, the ego has got no place. We have talked about it before, that ego transforms into that all-consuming I, which is not other than the Lord. For many seekers, to begin, it becomes a very difficult thing. Some people say, oh, meditation, I should start meditation only after I get initiation. Take the mantra, I will start taking mantra only when someone gives me a mantra. Start the scriptures, I will start scriptures only when the Lord takes me to some Mahatma, and then I will start studying scriptures. And this way we keep postponing. What? Our own happiness. We know fully well that God is of the nature of happiness. And by taking His name, we will become happy. We will be happy. But we want to postpone it. Why? The ego thinks, if I delay it for another 1 week or 2 weeks or tomorrow, that when I get it from the teacher or mantra from the teacher, or I go to that satsang, from there on I will begin. But when the satsang comes, you watch a movie. When the time to mantra comes, why should I take it from him? What is so great about it? At that very moment, your ego will find some fault with that master. And it will move away. Or you will take the mantra from that person and then you chant for 1 or 2 days. It didn't do anything. Instant gratification is required. No experience, no result. I don't think this works. I have done that. Took mantra from so many masters, I told you. But it was not the fault of the master. It was my unpreparedness. My mind was sabotaging. So such a seeker, such a beginner, he keeps looking for favorable circumstances to begin. But the only thing that the seeker has to do is quieten his mind, and in that quietened mind, contemplate on the Lord. For that, what initiation you need, what books you need to read, what mantra you need to chant, if they come, they are helpful tools. Otherwise, you work out your own way. There are no two people or no two great masters who have followed the same path. The technique, the conclusion is the same. Quieten the mind, contemplate on the Lord. How you come to it, whether through knowledge, whether through japa, whether through hatha yoga, whether through kundalini mark, whether through meditation, does not matter. You do it on a full moon day or a no moon day, it does not matter. Whether you get initiated or don't get initiated does not matter. Tapon Maharaj did not get initiated by anyone. He went and took sannyas by himself. He wore the sannyas clothes. He says, enough. Then that Brahmanand Saraswati from Kailas ashram, he says, it will be my privilege to give you sannyas. Come. It's better to belong to a lineage. Don't wear it yourself. And then that great master went to that Swamiji and he gave him sannyas. See? So, start. When? Right now. At this moment, when we are talking about how we are looking for an auspicious moment, don't say in your mind, oh no, I have been a good seeker, I have been doing this, I have been doing that. Instead, our attention should be all the moments in our life when we have postponed it. Then the pining will increase. How I have wasted my time. isn't it? But otherwise, if we are still क्या बोलते हैं उसको, अपने मुंह मियाँ मिट्टू, अपने मुंह मियाँ मिट्टू, you sing your own glory. No, I have been meditating. I have been doing it for last 25 years. I have studied the scriptures. I went to the ashram. I meditate every day. I take lectures every day. Blah 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 blah. And what is there to show? Only a loud voice. Nothing else. No. Start now. Start now. To bring about a quiet mind, it cannot be done by a beginner or a seeker if he is too serious about making the mind quiet. Quietness, peace, silence only come about when you are cheerful. So when we say in the meditation, be of a happy disposition, cheerful disposition. It is not smile on the face. It's a happy mind that is required. Happy mind is a quiet mind. See? What happens when you eat a sweet meat which you have been desiring, and that gulab jamun is making you, not getting that gulab jamun is making you miserable, and then at last you get that chocolate or gulab jamun, it goes into your mouth and everything stops. The desire stops. The thing what you were desiring becomes one with you, and the moment it becomes one with you, the mind stops. And because of that, the joy is experienced. So when we talk about quietening the mind, is this. So don't depend upon the outside world to quieten your mind, because no object in this world can ever quieten your mind permanently. There is only one theme that can quieten our mind permanently and make that inherent bliss to express itself, and that is the love for the Lord. So do it cheerfully, do it now, do it. Therefore, the text began with the word atha, now. Now we are understanding after how many? 77 sutras. What is atha? Now. If we had understood in the first sutra, in the first word itself, we could have finished the retreat early. And as you do this, as you remain cheerful, as you do your sadhana, as you do your japa, as you feel the love for the Lord in your heart, the world will not leave you. It will continue to trouble you. It will continue to demand your attention. It will continue to tempt you. It will continue to disturb you. Not that it wants to disturb, its nature is like that. Sometimes day, sometimes night, sometimes joy, sometimes sorrow, sometimes like, sometimes dislike, sometimes hunger, sometimes no hunger, sometimes sleep, sometimes no sleep, sometimes sleep but it does not come, sometimes you don't want to sleep but the sleep comes. That's what the nature of the world is, and it keeps coming at you, keeps coming at you. And in spite of the world being like this, our attention has to be withdrawn from the world and has to be brought to the heart, where this love for the Lord can exponentially keep growing every moment and expand. And the more it expands, the more the mind will become quiet. Meaning that even if the world is attacking us, is coming at us to disturb us, the mind is not available to be disturbed. A pessimistic man sees only difficulties. What do you call? Optimistic sees only opportunities. A realized master sees only perfection. So, only in a quiet mind perfection can be perceived. See? That realized master is also having his eyes open, ears open, tongue open, nose open. The world is still coming to him, but there is no disturbance within him. Why? He has surrendered his mind to the love of the Lord. And in this way, Sukha Dukkhe Chalabhidityakte Kale Pratikshamane Kshanardhamapi Vyartham Na Neyam. Even half a second should not be wasted. That means our obsession, initially obsession, blind obsession, eventually once it starts, it becomes strong. Mind becomes, when you begin japa, initially it's like that obsession, but eventually it becomes intoxication. Where the feeling inside is, I cannot live without even 1 second away from the Lord. This is the feeling what Meera feels. This is the feeling what Kabir feels for Ram. This is the feeling which Namdev Maharaj, Eknath Maharaj feel for Vitthala. Every moment, every free moment, is your mind, whenever it is free, if it is not doing something, is it chanting the name of the Lord, or is it concocting plans for the future? Or is it reveling in the thoughts of the past? What is it doing? Assess, look at it, and feel the pain that even after so many years of satsang, so many years of meditation, so many years of sporadic chanting of the name of the Lord, still this problem is existing. Lord, please help. After so many 2 years of experimentation, do pranayam, the vices went away. Stop pranayam, they came back. Do pranayam, they went away. Stop pranayam, they came back. 2 years, first 1.5 years, 1 year, I didn't even realize what was happening. Just a general idea, अच्छा ये क्या हो गया? But it really hit after about a year. What am I doing wrong? I am doing what the exercise said to be done, that I have to do pranayam. By pranayam, all the bad habits must go. Mind is getting suspended. I have grown out of it. Then if I have grown out of those problems, when I stop, why do they come back? One element was missing. That withdrawn mind from the world by way of pranayam had not been directed towards the Lord. It was an inert silence, not a dynamic silence. And when that clicked, from that day all pranayam stopped. All meditation stopped. I said only the name of the Lord, and I started chanting. When within 2-3 weeks, pranayam automatically began. Automatically the body wanted to go and sit down. Initially I was forcing it. No, you are going to just chant. Whether I am lying in the bed, whole night used to pass, because I had made a commitment to the Lord. I will chant 24/7. I will not think of sleep. If I am feeling sleepy, I will go take shower, sit down on the bed, and I will keep chanting. If I am sitting and the sleep comes and I have gone to sleep, the moment thoda sa change shift ho gaya, I used to wake up, start the mantra again. So many days went like this. And if the body got tired, I will lie down on the bed. After lying down on the bed, the mala is in my hand and the mantra is going on. God got tired. He is not leaving me. Bagar. And that's when meditation began. Initially it was my will. Now it was His will. This has to happen. And it will not happen and it is not that continuously crying. You have to, as initially it is crying, it is pain, eventually it is a joy. No doubt there are some attitudes and values of life which can create the favorable condition within the love to grow in the heart. Sage Narada enumerates, these are given in the Bhagavad Gita also. Ahimsa, Satya, Shaucha, Daya. ahimsa satya shaucha daya आस्तिक्यादि चरित्र्याणि आस्तिक्यादि चारित्र्याणि परिपालनीयानि परिपालनीयानि अहिंसा सत्य शौच दया आस्तिक्यादि चारित्र्याणि परिपालनीयानि. So is there no way that we can protect ourselves from all the pains and the distress and the challenges and the pain, the agony that the world is presenting us? Agony and pain is not just at the body level, it's also at the emotional level. It is also how you interact with the world. You are just nicely driving and you get a $277 speeding ticket. Pain. Isn't it? You didn't realize that you will get it, but you get. So, world will keep doing this. So, is there no way that we can cultivate this devotion? We are given, understand, the foundation is purify the mind, contemplate on the Lord. But are there any helpful tools so that we can purify the mind? So here are given ahimsa satya shaucha daya astikyadi charitrayani paripaliniyani. Virtues like non-injury to others, truthfulness, cleanliness, compassion, faith in the Lord, etc. should be consistently cultivated by the devotee, by the seeker, until and unless the right conduct, how will right conduct be expressed through us? Right conduct, right behavior, right character will express through us only when we are convinced of that, isn't it? When we are maintaining those thoughts in our head. If you are thinking about Satya, for example, if you are thinking about Satya, I must be truthful, you are still afraid of telling lies. But once that truthfulness has become a part of your psyche, then from then onwards, you don't have to think that I have to tell the truth. Such a person is a truthful person, isn't it? So till that does not happen, we can cultivate these values, these and they are so if right now my conduct in life is not appropriate, then the only way to change that conduct in life is not by superficially changing ourselves outside. Something has to change in there and in there. Then it will change on the outside. Because I see someone, we go to the table or we go somewhere, I see all people, Westerners, always quickly getting up, taking the chair and allowing the ladies to sit first. In India, nobody. A man always sits first. Lady stands. Here, so do as the Romans do. So I quickly get up because I pull the chair and I forget to put it back. Because I'm not used to it. So what I was doing, I was copycat. It was only at a superficial level. But once I feel inside my heart that I must respect the ladies, it is right that I must get up when they come and give them the seat, then automatically it will come out of me, isn't it? Then I don't have to wait if someone else is doing or not, then I will do. No, you will just do it. So in this way, if our conduct in the outside world is bad, automatically wrong impressions are created in our life. And if vichar is good, automatically the right actions ensue from such a person. So we have to be very careful how we are conducting in the world, how we speak with the world, how we interact with the world, what we see in the world, how we behave in the world, towards the children, towards the elders, towards the teachers. For everything there are ethics, the ways of interaction are there, and it's common sense. You don't need to read books about it. And if we are not living properly in our outside world, then those improper behaviors will bring about a reaction, because the world is not going to sit quiet. It is going to give it back to you multifolds, and when it gives back to you multifolds, then immediately a reaction in your mind, and that reaction goes into your subconscious, waiting to be expressed in that subconscious impression is waiting for an appropriate time, an auspicious time, the full moon or the no moon day for it to express. And it will. If it doesn't get an appropriate auspicious time in this life, it will take you into next life. But it will express. So protect yourself by changing your attitude, by making your character praiseworthy by the people around. Therefore, purity at both the levels, at the level of our vichar, at the level of our thinking, and at the level of our actions, the achar, the way we interact with the world, both have to be pure. Many people outside, they are very goody-goody. Inside, a storm is brewing. I will kill him, I will do this to him, I will do that. But the moment that person towards whom they are feeling like this, that comes, hi darling, how are you? And inside, wait, I will take you to the court. What is happening? Split in the personality. When the behavior outside is not corresponding to the thoughts inside, split personality. And split personality will not allow the mind to remain at peace. So in this way, every day, Swami Chinmayananji says, every night when you go to sleep, introspect, detect, negate, affirm, and be happy. Introspect your day. Complete it. How do you introspect it? Not from morning till evening. Go backwards. So, suppose we have to introspect right now. Be truthful to yourself. You don't have to think about every small thing. Attention should be there on every small thing, but whatever. I was just speaking. Before that, I was giving the example of achar and vichar. Before that, kya tha, forget it. I chanted Om Bhurvas, Om 3 times Om and Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, all that. Before that, what I was doing, I was walking. Before that, what I was doing, I was in my room. Before that, what I was doing, and slowly scan the whole day. Initially, if it helps, from morning till evening, but preferably from this moment to back. And as you go scanning that day, before you go to sleep, while you are lying in the bed, introspect, that is called introspection. Unattached scanning. Scanner doesn't say, I like this pocket or I like that empty head. No, it just goes through, watches everything. Detect where you have been less than what you want to be in life. Where you have been. So where did we get angry? Where did we react? Where did we behave improperly? Where initially the thoughts that will come to the forefront of your mind will be very gross. with regards to the world. But as you keep doing this introspection on a daily basis, slowly you will become more and more aware of that outside is not much. Slowly your attention will go into the inside. That, I mentally didn't wish well to that guy, to that person, and because they said like this and they did not pay the bill and I felt like this, and you detect all these. Introspect, detect, negate. Whatever the negative attributes you have detected, which are not conducive for your growth, which are not conducive to your purification of the mind, you negate. And you negate it by saying, I do not want to be like this, oh Lord, please take them away. And affirm that initially it was negative, that I don't want to be. Positive is, I want to be loving, I want to be accepting, I want to be of the nature of Lord. And this way, that is affirmation. Affirmation does not have the word no in it. And this way, you complete the day and go to sleep. You do it for 2-3 months, you see the difference, what happens to you. So here, the various points that were given was ahimsa. Ahimsa is non-violence. What is that non-violence? Non-violence, our non-violence understanding is don't eat the ant. Acha, then I should live with the ants. No, don't kill the rat. So should I live with the rats? Don't kill the mosquitoes and the cockroaches. Ahimsa, ahimsa. And then, what do I do then? More than ahimsa towards that, eventually that will happen. But our understanding of ahimsa, yes, on the outside level, as much as we can, but from a seeker's point of view, ahimsa is it's not that ahimsa we totally don't want to kill anything or hurt anything. You have to destroy your bad thoughts in order to go towards the Lord. So ahimsa's limit is there. To what extent? Are you going to allow the bad thoughts and negative traits to come and disturb you all the time? No, non-violence, non-violence. They have the freedom to express. No. If you want to practice ahimsa, I don't want to do anything, I'll offer them to the Lord. That could be ahimsa. Non-violence. So all these negative tendencies which keep us attached to the world, which keep us reacting to the world, which keep this ego maintained, have to be offered to the Lord, and instead of that, love for everything and everyone. Ahimsa must bring about love and acceptance of all, unreservedly. And in this way, the second one is satyam. Satyam is truthfulness. If we when we twist the truth for our benefit, so here we do it jokingly also, isn't it? So someone asked, Swamiji, what are you teaching? I am teaching, I know what I am teaching, Narad Bhakti Sutras. Why should I tell you? If it is a game, it is different. But no, I'm teaching a text. It's truth. But you are not being completely truthful, even though you know what text it is. It is a different matter that a person who is always questioning if you answer in that way. But if someone comes sincerely and says, how much did that person give you back? I know how much he gave me back, 10 rupees, $10. And you say, I don't know, I'll have to check. You know, but why you have to check? So, knowledge is something and response is something. Again, brings about split personality. You know that you have to chant the name of the Lord, you have to contemplate on the truth. But you are not doing it. Split personality. You are searching it in the world. After studying all these scriptures, we know the divinities of the nature of our own self. And yet, we keep searching it outside. Keep searching in the people, in the soulmate, in the cat, in the dog. Some people don't stop there. In the snakes, in the cockroaches, they make them the pets. The answer is not out there. And this way we are continuously selling ourselves short. And this brings about a personality breakup. And where the personality breakup happens, disintegration takes place, and in disintegrated mind is not a pure mind. A disintegrated mind cannot remain focused on the divine theme. It's impossible. A person who speaks what he thinks and what his convictions are, such a person becomes Satya Sankalpa. Satya Sankalpa is the moment he speaks, the word comes out of his mouth, they must become the reality. So you go to Satya Sai Baba, you go to Ammachi, you go to other great masters, you see what Satya Sankalpa means. The person, why when these great masters say something, go, you will be successful. And that person goes away and becomes successful. And and another person or same person comes to us and we say, you will be successful. But nothing happens. Why? Why your words are not carrying that power, and why that great master's word is the same, you will be successful. But your words don't, yes, go be healed. Tathastu. Sometimes he doesn't even say that and it happens. And you try everything, still it doesn't happen. Why? Because of lack of truthfulness. There is a split in his mind. That is why. So is this capacity only with the great masters? No. You can develop that capacity. The next one is daya. Daya means compassion. Daya means a readiness in our heart to help others. Readiness in our heart to be there for others without any reservation. That is daya. And this is another quality. Once, just like every part of this body is in the definition of I, and if anything happens to any part, even if the same part, one part is doing something to the other, even then, immediately the same part goes and tries to heal it up, isn't it? When we feel that the whole world is not other than us, is divine, and we see that as a result of this love expanding in our heart, in this purified mind, we feel that the whole world is not other than me, then naturally that is the epitome of daya. You cannot walk away from anything. What is this eye of benevolence? Huh? That is daya. Daya does not mean that you have to be physically, initially yes, wherever you are propelled. But just by your look, just by your presence, a person feels at peace. In that mind in whom there is no hatred whatsoever, even an iota, for anything or anyone in this world, is the one who is practicing true compassion. See? So have we got there? Our compassion is go to soup kitchen, go to hospitals, go to old age homes and sing some songs and come back. That is compassion. That is compassion. You can do that. A lot of people, the children go, school people take them. It's a beginning. But we have to But we have to come to this stature in our life where the great master, when we look at the great masters, they cannot have an attitude of hatred. They cannot have an attitude of competition and comparison. Why? Everything I am. So whatever with what eye do you look at yourself? With the eye of hatred towards yourself? No, with the eye of blessing. You love yourself, isn't it? So that same love expresses as blessing towards everyone. Never ever even by default a curse comes out for another person. An ill feeling comes out for another person. That is compassion. See, if we are working towards this, then we are evolving. Then we are moving towards the Lord. Then the love is expanding. Why is it that sometimes we feel we are on the path of the spirituality and we are on the path of spirituality, deep meditations are taking place, experiences, esoteric experiences come, the love in the heart is full, tears are flowing, I am just there, another few days, another few moments and Lord will reveal this type of feeling is there. And suddenly something goes wrong. The train takes the wrong track. We all experience that, isn't it? Why does this happen? It happens. Suddenly, you don't want to go back to the seat of meditation, you don't want to take the name of the Lord, you want to, and the world just, you feel that, yes, I must take the name of the Lord. I was enjoying taking the name of the Lord, but from inside the feeling is not there. Absolutely, suddenly there is total divorce from everything. Why this happens is told in Sutra 79. It's a warning. And what is the antidote for that? We enjoy these deep 4, 5, 6 hours of meditation a day. And after that, suddenly everything stops. Go back to drinking, go back to the movies, go back to the pubs, go back to, oh, let's go for a drive, let's do this, let's do that, let's that, and gossip begins. And inside you are getting eaten alive. You know this is not right, but you are not able to bring yourself back to that point of sadhana where heights to which you had reached. It's like a complete sabotage of your sadhana. Sutra 79 says, Sarvada Sarva Bhavena Sarvada Sarva Bhavena Nishichanti Tai. Here it is written wrong. What is it? What is the word? Nischintaihi Bhagavaneva Bhajaniyaha Sarvada Sarva Bhavena Nischintaihi Bhagavaneva Bhajaniyaha. Sage Narad Muniji says, always free from all mental anxiety, the Lord alone is to be invoked and sought after with all factors of our personality. This is to be brought about. Sarvada, always, always and at all times. Sarva Bhavena, with all your feelings and emotions, in all conditions, in all places. with all your bhavas in your heart, and with nischintaihi, without any anxieties, with your wholeheartedness, Bhagavan eva bhajaniyaha, remember the Lord at all times, again and again and again and again, so that that moment doesn't come when this impending fall comes about. Because world is like this. It is not told only to the seekers, even to the great masters it is told. They are also in the mind afterwards, isn't it? All the time they are not beyond the mind. The mind is still functioning when they are in the world. Why do they keep contemplating? Why do they keep chanting the name of the Lord? Why do they sit in meditation for so many hours a day? Because they have the mind is a thing which will immediately wants to fill up with something. If you don't fill it up with the Lord, it will get filled up with the world. Simple. It will get filled up with something. And therefore, before the world gets an opportunity to fill it up, sada sarvada sarva bhavena nischintaihi bhagavaneva bhajaniya. Contemplate with wholehearted devotion on the Lord, not in an agitated way. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Nahi bhaiya, it's not going to take you anywhere. Be calm in your mind, be pure in your mind, be peaceful. Find some place of solitude, sit down there, tickle your heart, let it expand. Let the bhajan of the Lord happen there. That ringing of the bell is okay, but if that is not taking you to that silence, if it is not taking you to that serenity within your heart, then it's all a waste of time. I keep saying, all these priests, they chant so many times Vishnu Sahasranam and Rudram and everything. If they had only once chanted it with Sarva Bhavena, they would be great devotees, isn't it? Think. It is a profession for them. Professors of philosophy in all the universities, if they are talking on philosophy, if they had talked on the philosophy Sarva Bhavena, they would be realized masters, isn't it? They are doing it only as a profession. Something, what is in it for me? Then I will do it. What is the salary? $30,000. Professor? Forget it. Okay, we'll give you $80,000. But in the other university, he is getting $100,000. And then how many people are there in the philosophy class? He gets bored. He gets tired. He is not able to take class anymore. It's a job for him. It is not a lifestyle for him. And therefore, and in that quiet, serene place, in a place of solitude, Vivikta deshe sukhasanasta shuchishamagriva sharira atyashramasta sakalendriyani nirudya bhaktya swagurum pranamya hrit pundarikam virajam vishuddham vichintya madhe vishadam vishokam. Give up all your anxieties, give up all your worries, come to the place, Vivikta deshe, come to a place of solitude, come there. Bring your guru, bring your mantra, bring your Lord in your mind. Surrender all your anxieties and fears and aspirations, successes, failures at His feet. Just leave them. Feel Him in your heart. Achintyam avyaktam anantarupam Shivam prashantam amritam brahma yonim Tadhadi madhyanta vihinam ekam Vibhum chidanandam arupam adbhutam Umasahayam parameshwaram prabhum Trilochanam nilakandham prashantam Dhyatva munirgacchati bhuta yonim samasta sakshim tamasa parastat. Kaivalya Upanishad says, in such a place of solitude, having given up all your anxieties and worries, at the feet of the Lord, at the feet of the teacher, at the feet of the mantra, Achindam avyaktam anantarupam shivam prashantam amritam brahmayonim. Seek out that unthinkable, achindam avyakta, the inexpressed, ananta, the infinite, who is of the nature of auspiciousness and is dwelling in your heart. Tathadi madhyanta vihina mekam. He is there in the past, present and future. He is always there in the middle. Vibhum. He is all pervasive. He is the only material that there is. And that is our consciousness. That is our Lord. So, in this first verse, the Nirgun Nirakar roop of the Supreme was given. And immediately in the next verse, who is this Nirgun Nirakar? He appears in our life as Uma Sahayam Parameshwaram Prabhum Trilochanam Nilakandham Prashantam. Uma Sahayam Parameshwaram Prabhum. He appears with his consort, the Uma. He appears with his consort. Who? The consciousness appears with his consort called the mind. Trilochanam Nilakandham Prashantam. Trilochanam, with the three eyes. Nilakandham, with the blue neck. Dhyatva munir gacchati bhutayonim. And all the saints and sages, they think, they contemplate on him on their seat of meditation. They see him pervading the entire creation. Dhyatva munir gacchati bhutayonim samasta sakshim tamasa parastat. And having contemplated on him, they see this auspiciousness through their eyes, through their ears, through their nose, through all the senses. In fact, that auspiciousness has pervaded their entire mind, their entire intellect. Inside and outside is only that auspiciousness. They find themselves to be that auspiciousness. There is no difference between them and that auspiciousness. Sada sarvada sarva bhavena nischintaihi bhagavaneva bhajaniyaha. The capacity to invoke the Lord, to invoke the love within our heart is already there in every one of us. But where do we apply this love? We apply it on the objects of the world. We apply it on very beautifully remembering the memories of the past. With how much passion and love we talk about our memories. Someone is telling, immediately we butt in and tell our memories first. No, my memory is better than yours. We shower that love to our nears and dears, to our house, to our cars, to our body, towards our convictions. All this love which is wrongly placed, wrongly directed, it's already there. We know how to apply it. It has to be just withdrawn from all these unhealthy avenues and to be directed towards the Lord. Then it is bhajana. Right now we are doing bhajana of the world. We have to do bhajan of the Lord. Bhagavaneva bhajaniya. We have to do the bhajan of the Lord. Only, eva, only of the Lord. And how do you do that? That you are involved with the world, but your mind is towards the Lord. Right now our mind is also involved in the world. That umbilical cord has to be cut. And your attention has to become independent, where you discover this. This happens at the heart level. At the heart level, the body identification, disidentification happens. So here when we are told contemplate on the Lord in the heart, this is where it is possible. It is not going to be possible at Kundalini level, Mooladhara level. It's not going to happen at the Swadhisthana or the Manipur level. It is going to happen only at the heart level, where you can think about the Lord, you can direct the love for the Lord, towards the Lord. And in this way, all we have to do is simply change our attitude from the world to the Lord. And this way, let us dedicate our life right now to experience more and more love for the Lord. Let's begin the prayer now. That is the whole idea. That is the urgency which Narad Muniji is trying to communicate to us. Don't waste any time. Be quick, because even this moment will go away. When death is coming, he is not saying that, but when death is coming, we don't know. Is it the next moment? When is sleep coming, we don't know. We want to sleep, but sleep doesn't come. And when we don't want to sleep, the sleep comes. Similarly is death also. When we think it is not going to come, here I am. Then what will you do? No, give me some time. I want to remember the Lord. You know that Ajamil story? He was you know the story of Ajamil? No. So there was one young boy who had studied the Vedas, and he was teaching the children in the other village. So he had to go through the forest to the other side, to the other village on the other side. And every day he used to do this. He had finished his studies now, so he is going to teach. One day when he was going, he sees a tribal man and a tribal woman in embrace with each other. And he is not able to take his eyes off that girl. Scantily clad, tribal, half the clothes there, half the clothes not there, and he couldn't take his eyes. She also looked at him while she was in his embrace. She also looked at him. Eyes met. Now from that day on, he became good for nothing. Going every day, only thinking, where is that girl, where is that girl, where is that girl, where is that girl. Slowly, he met that girl. Then every day when he used to go to the other village to teach, one thing from the house used to go as a present to her. Then second thing used to go as a present to her. Then third thing used to go, the house became empty. Slowly, all the bank balance which the father had collected for his son, that became eroded. The gold bangles went, the necklaces went, everything went to that girl. And the father said, before she says, okay, thank you very much, he went and got married to her. And because the lust was there, once he got married to her, the village people, they said, what, a Brahmin, an educated fellow, getting married to travel, get out, excommunicated from the society. So he built a hut on the outskirts of the jungle and he started living there. And one child, two child, 10, 11 children. And when the last child was born, he had gone out to get some food from somewhere. Somehow they were subsisting. He had gone into the jungle to cut the wood and all that. And that time one Mahatma came into their house. And this lady, the tribal lady, after having lived so many years with her husband, now he had started eating meat, he had started drinking, because how does he handle all the pressures of life? No parents, cannot communicate with anyone in the village. If he goes into the village, everyone looks at him with scorn. What to eat? So he used to kill the animals, he used to bring them, roast them, eat them. All wrong. As a cultured person, he had become an animalistic person. But for the little bit of good that he had done in his young life and in his youth. Because of that, one Mahatma one day came to their house, and the wife had learned some things from him. At least this much she learned, that if a Mahatma comes, she should offer him something. So this Mahatma, she says, we are excommunicated, why don't you go to the village and get something? He says, no, I just want a glass of water if you can afford. I am very thirsty, I don't have the energy to go to the village. She says, why water? I will give you buttermilk, don't worry. She gave him the buttermilk. And at that time, he says, ask me, what do you want? What blessings do you want? She says, she's not able to make out what to ask for. So he looks at that small child who is playing on the floor. He picks up. He says, what is his name? No, we have not given him the name. We are thinking what name to give. So he says, okay, his name is Narayan. So he gave him the name Narayan. And that was his blessing. A few years later, Ajamil, he was lying on his bed, and suddenly he sees the messengers of death coming on the bull, and he gets scared. And the moment he gets scared, he is very attached to his youngest son. So forget about anyone else. He doesn't call his wife, he doesn't call his other children. He calls Narayan, Narayan. And the Narayan comes, the mother comes, but also the Lord Narayana living in this abode, he sends his messengers. See, someone is calling me, go quickly. So they also come, and the messengers of death say, no, he is ours. They said, forget about he is yours, he is ours. He called us. No, but he has committed so much sin in his life. Being a cultured fellow, he is living an uncultured life. And he is not doing this, he is not doing that. He has killed so many animals, he has done this. Even after studying the Vedas and taking the name of the Lord, he went into this lower type of life. As he has committed a lot of sin. He says, yes, he may have committed all the sins, but at the time of death, he took the name of the Lord. Whose name he took? His sons, isn't it? But the name is that of the Lord. That's why in India, nowadays it is not. They give the name Mamata and Aharyan and otherwise. See, his name is his mother's grandfather.
Mother's father's name.
Mother's father's name. What is the name? Padmanabham. Another name for the Lord. So in this way, all the names, God's name were given to the children, so that at the time of death, even if the parents are calling out to their children, the name of the Lord only comes. So he called out, and he is lying on the deathbed. The soul has been sucked out of the body, has left the body, and he is watching the arguments between the discussion between the messengers of the God and the messengers of the death. And they are both saying, one is saying he has committed sins, the other's argument is that he took our Lord's name. Eventually the God's messenger said, you go and ask your boss, he knows what is right and wrong. You go and ask him that this fellow took the name of Lord Narayana. Should he be brought to hell, or should he be allowed to be sent with us? So they go back. One person stays there, others go back. And when Lord Yamaraj hears, what? He took Lord Narayana there. Narayan, Narayan. He also does Narayan, Narayan. He says, don't even go near him. He's been protected by the Lord. And they come back. Now the Vishnu Dutas, Lord Narayana's messengers, they are standing there. They tell the soul, see, one name of the Lord protected you from going to hell. We are giving you another chance. Now live a correct life. And because you took the name of the Lord, your salvation is guaranteed. But it will be guaranteed only you perfect yourself in this life. Otherwise, next life is there. So the soul comes back. By grace of Lord, he remembers the whole dream. Or either you call it the dream, it will be remembered as a dream only. So he comes back, immediately leaves everything, goes to the jungle, starts doing austere penance, remembering the name of the Lord, and eventually realizes. These stories are very nice. When the story, the spice of the story is when he met the girl. That's when everyone wakes up. But the climax of the story is that the death is inevitable in every one of our life, and when it is going to come we do not know. So don't waste the time, Narad Maharaj is saying. Take it, start, be committed on the name of the Lord right here and now. On the first day, in the first class I said, 6 days, stop chatting, take the name of the Lord. Stop gossiping, same recipes, same people, same brothers, sisters, same children, same world. You've given yourself a present for 6 days. Cultivate that depth. Again you go back into the world, go back into home, same thing is going to start all over again. But here is an opportunity where we can dive into the depths so that it does not take too long. But remaining in the world there in an unprotected environment, it becomes difficult. Here it is easier to cultivate that. Now, see, after every class we are meditating. We have not done this before in previous retreats. Every class we are meditating. You try doing this at home, it doesn't happen. So don't waste time. And in this way, Narad Muniji is saying, surrender to the Lord, surrender yourself completely with Him, into Him, become one with Him, invoke Him in your heart, sarvada, and sarva bhavena, be calm, be serene, be full of feeling with the belief that yes, it is possible, He will call me, He is very benevolent, He is very compassionate. Nischintaha, without any worries in your head and in your mind. And therefore, Bhagavan eva, and seek that Lord and Lord alone. Instead of continuously living this life, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to take the name of Lord. See that it is the Lord, worship Him, remember Him behind every action, behind Him, remember Him with every breath, remember Him with every thought. Then something is possible. Then we are moving ahead on our spiritual path. All we have to do is nothing fantastic. All we have to do is change the attitude. Your activities will remain the same, but your attitude behind the activities has to change. Right now the attitude behind activities is, I am doing it, I am speaking, I am talking, I am going for breakfast, I am going for a walk, I am watching that the sun has come out, I am. When the attitude changes, still the walk is there, the sun is there, the breakfast or lunch is there, the people are there, the relatives are there, interaction is there, but the attitude is, by the Lord's grace, the sun is out. By the Lord's grace, I am having the breakfast. By the Lord's grace, these words are coming out of the mouth. By the Lord's grace, eyes are seeing. By the Lord's grace, these thoughts are coming. The I is put aside. This attitude within the mind. And this is what these 6 days, 3 days, whatever we come here, whether it is Upanishads, whether it is this devotional text, this is what we are trying to inculcate within our heart and mind. That it is so that our heart and mind are 100% for that infinite Lord and truth. That consciousness. Right now, we are using this love to indulge in the world. We have to use this love to remember the Lord. Change. Just the attitude needs to change. When I say, put your attention on your neck and shoulders and breathe out slowly. All you have to do is put the attention. The blood automatically glows there. The oxygen automatically goes to the neck and shoulders, isn't it? Then the next thing, put your attention with the outgoing breath on the palm, the fingers and the fingertips. What did you do? Just shifted the attention. Didn't do anything else much. The body is still the same. But wherever you put the attention, there the blood is flowing. Where is our attention? On the world. There the love is flowing. If you put the attention on the Lord, there the love will flow. Love is the constant factor. Love is not other than consciousness. In devotion it is love. In Vedanta it is consciousness. Wherever you put the attention, there that energy will flow. So all we have to do is shift the attention, shift the attitude. It's that simple. Now don't ask how do you do that. You can't. Either you are with the world, thinking of the world, or you are thinking of the Lord. So in this way, prayer. Pray to the Lord, pray to the Lord, pray to the Lord. And in this way, let that love, let that Lord, that consciousness feel free to express through this equipment of body, mind and intellect. Right now, this body, mind and intellect is being employed to interact with the world, to indulge in the world. And who is functioning through this body, mind, intellect? The ego. When the Lord starts functioning through the body, mind and intellect, at that time, all the differences will start melting away. It's a one homogeneous experience. Achintam avyaktam ananta rupam Shivam prashantam amritam brahma yonim Tathadi madhyanta vihinam ekam Vibhum chidanandam arupam adbhutam. This consciousness, this Lord of our heart, this love in our heart, it pervades the entire creation. Chidananda rupam adbhutam. And takes the form of the Chidanand, Chidanand, the conscious bliss. But we have to allow it to express through. In this way, when we live not world-centered, but we live God-centered, then we are doing bhajan. Sarvada sarva bhavena nischintaihi bhagavaneva bhajaniyaha. This is the true meaning of bhajana. With this, the chapter is concluded and we look into the next chapter in our next class. Here, the fruit of bhakti is given. Every action must give a result. Every thought must conclude in something. So what is that fruit? That will be told. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Anyone wants to sing anything?
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
He Nath Narayana Vasudeva He Nath Narayana Vasudeva He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
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 Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
He Nath
Narayana Vasudeva He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hari Bol. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, 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 Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ